It's Friday, April 20th, and I'm your host, Paula Hersey. On today's show, I sit down with Animal Control Officer Charlie Lewis to how to prevent rabies. We get an update from Barnstable Recreation on their planned closure for HYCC at the end of April, and we take a walk with Donna Lawson, a volunteer manager at the Barnstable Community Garden. Let's start with some news you can use. Starting today, April 20th, there is now a 15-minute complimentary parking area at Bismore Park at Hyannis Harbor. Balancing public safety with enhancing quality of life, the Town of Barnstable Parking Management Program designated area aims to alleviate congestion of personal vehicles, taxis, shuttle services, and transportation network company vehicles picking up or dropping off passengers at the ferry terminal. Designated spaces closest to the ferry terminal will be signed appropriately, highlighted in yellow on the map you see here. This will assist guests in properly identifying the area eligible for the complimentary 15-minute spaces. To ensure the 15-minute waiting area is successful, the parking management team will monitor and manage the area, including any vehicle obstructing the waiting area, stalls. It is highly recommended any vehicle needing to park for longer than 15 minutes, including taxis and TNCs, pay for parking or find an alternative compliant parking area. For more information about this new program, please visit www.townofbarnstable.us/parking or feel free to contact Barnstable Parking Management Program 508-862-4711. Spring in Barnstable brings a couple of annual events in the animal world, and Charlie Lewis, Animal Control Officer, joins us with more information about a rabies clinic and the rabies oral bait program. With me in studio today is Animal Control Officer Charlie Lewis. Woof.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
That's good. You've got a couple of updates for residents here. There's some programs out there. One is the rabies clinic. Tell us a little bit about that.
April 22nd, this Sunday, from 10 o'clock until 1 p.m. At Barnstable Animal Hospital, which is on Airport Road, behind the Kmart Plaza. They request all dogs, of course, to be on leashes, and the cats be in carriers.
Okay.
And we'll be there for a time frame. You know, I assist them with the operation first thing in the morning there. And the fee will be $10, cash only, of course. Right. They don't have Sunday credit cards or no checks.
Okay.
So we should have a great showing. Last year's clinic, there was probably 50 animals, I believe we did.
Right.
So we're looking forward to that.
Okay. Rabies, when we talk about rabies a little bit, there's two different vaccinations. There's a 1 year and then there's a 3-year update. Do they do both vaccinations?
Yes, I should mention that.
Okay.
If you have a current rabies certificate and your dog is valid or your cat is current, when they vaccinate, they will give you a 3-year shot record. If you don't have it with you and you can prove it, they'll go back and change that after the fact. But otherwise, they're all 1-year vaccines.
Okay.
So it's actually the same vaccine.
Right.
It's just that it takes 2 vaccinations within a 1-year period in order to be effective to come to a 3-year. And once you have a 3-year shot, it's always a 3-year shot.
Oh, that's a great
Even
to
if
know.
it lapses, yes. State law is very clear on that.
Okay, so they should probably dig out their rabies certificate if they can, but if they can't, and then they can go back to their vet and get that, it'll be changed so they'll be able to take the 3-year.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect, excellent.
We don't encourage that.
Right.
We encourage everyone to bring their certificate.
Right.
Because it is time consuming, and the veterinarians, of course, are doing this. It's low cost. The vets actually volunteer their time.
Right. And that's April 22nd, 10 to 1, so there's a finite window there.
Correct, and it's this Sunday coming.
Okay, so excellent.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. No more rain, Charlie, please. We're done with gray days on Cape Cod. And speaking of rabies, the oral bait program has begun, has it not?
They'll be filling the bait machines, the bait stations, within the next week, and they stay in place for a couple of 3 weeks. And then hand baiting takes place. This year, we're very fortunate to say we haven't had any positive cases in several years here on the Cape, but this year the bait zone is going to be from Route 149, bordering Route 6A, to Route 6 to the Sandwich Line.
Okay.
So the people in those areas, we will be baiting on May 7th, and we're going to be doing it at approximately 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We normally do it in first thing in the morning, but due to some scheduling and vacations and what have you, and only having one map to do, we're going to do it in the afternoon.
Okay.
So
And talk a little bit about this program. Number one, it's safe for animals if they eat these? So, you know, our dogs always scurry in the woods, and, you know, sometimes we're not quick enough to tell them to leave it.
yeah, they're fish meal packets, and they will not cause any sickness due to the rabies vaccination within it. However, there's fish meal coating on them, and at times that will upset a dog's stomach.
Okay.
They'll regurgitate and what have you. It's always a good practice, of course. If your dog picks one up, take it out of his mouth. Hopefully you have gloves on. If not, please wash your hands for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then there are some numbers on that packet to call to say that there's been this particular thing has been exposed.
Okay. And
It's not exposure, but you know, we want to know how many are picked up by dogs,
right.
or even people at times, because that's one less that wildlife gets to take and eat.
Right.
So we're losing that. It's you know, not a good thing.
Okay.
And of course, all dogs have to be on leashes anyway.
Right.
So hopefully, you know, they're on a short leash in that area, so that if the dog does dart, it won't get one of these baits.
And this is a good program. The Cape has been fortunate over the years to have very low rabies cases or no rabies on the Cape. So this program is actually designed to keep those numbers low, or to keep rabies off the Cape.
We actually haven't had any positives now within the town of Barnstable since for the last 6 years,
Great.
which is why the bait zone has moved. Same thing with the Lower Cape. When rabies first hit, it went all the way down to P-Town, and now it's backed off. And the guys actually now, we're able to bait into the Halifax area and Marion and some of Mattapoisett. So we've expanded, we've taken it from the Cape side and we've expanded it to the north of the canal.
That's fantastic.
Hopefully it'll work up there as well as what it's worked here.
And the last thing that we have today, May 15th, is a sad day for the Hersey Hounds. It's no dogs on the beach starting pretty quick here. So you want to talk a little bit about dogs on the beaches?
Right, dogs are prohibited from all town beaches and recreational areas from May 15th to September 15th. There's several reasons why. The biggest reason is because dogs get stressed in the heat. When you have a lot of people down there, kids running, ball playing, and what have you, it's just not a good area for dogs. Safety-wise, my particular thing is when the wind's blowing and sand's in the air, it gets packed in the dog's ears and in their fur, and you're not really paying attention to it. It can develop into some serious problems with your dogs. You also have deer ticks. You know, dogs run into the beach grass and what have you, they're going to come out with deer ticks. And now we do have some of the Lone Star ticks, which has predominantly been on Sandy Neck. We don't monitor it per se in other parts of town, so I don't know if it's anywhere else, but I can tell you they're fast and they bite real quick. There's not much option with them. So always have tick preventative stuff on. You know, tuck your pants into your socks, or wear boots high enough that the ticks can't brush off into you and get on you. And that's walking in any of the conservation areas as well as the beaches.
Okay.
But dogs, unfortunately, have to take the summer off.
They take the summer off, but you know, we celebrate on the September 15th when they open back up for everybody. And again, just to reiterate, all the dogs need, we have a leash law here in Barnstable, so all dogs should be on leashes.
Yes, even up till the 15th, we need to keep the dogs on the leash. We've been experiencing a lot of problems over at Dowses Beach in Osterville, Craigville Beach from Colville's all the way to Long Beach. It's been a real concern. Old Millway Beach in Barnstable Village is another area. There's plovers everywhere. You know, even though the guys put up the enclosures, it's still, you can't let the dog in there. These birds transverse back to the water, and you know, before you know it, your dog could grab one, and there can be some serious repercussions. Federal crimes.
We don't want any crimes.
Yeah. And it just kind of reminds me a little bit, we had an incident on Sandy Neck with a seal being attacked by 2 dogs that were not on a leash. And the seal made it, it was a juvenile seal, it made it to the water. So we don't know what extent the injuries were to that, but the dogs definitely were biting the seal. So it's not a good thing to have that happen.
Thanks, Charlie. I appreciate the update. And Dogs on Leashes Rabies Clinic is on Sunday, 10 to 1, and the oral bait program is starting in another week or so.
Correct. And if anybody has any questions, they can reach me at the office at any time.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Charlie.
Thank you.
Spring cleaning, repairs, and upgrades are slated to start at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center on Sunday, April 29th, and will continue through Sunday, May 13th. HYCC will be closed during that 2-week period, and Patty Machado, Barnstable Recreation Director, joined us in studio to lay out the plans. With me today in studio is Patty Machado. Got it. Barnstable Recreation Director, with some updates on HYCC and the closing that is going to happen next week. Patty, welcome.
Next week, wow, yeah. Well, it starts on April 29th,
Okay.
so we will be closing right after the festival, the museum festival that we'll
Okay.
be having at the youth center. And this is our quietest time, so this is why we opted to do this closing. And we'll be
Right.
closed until May 13th, with an exception.
Okay.
All right, we will be open to start beach stickers, and we'll be able to take registrations back again on Monday, May 7th. So
Okay.
that following Monday. And the reason for it, as you walk in the building, we have a slate floor that covers, and we're having that all regrouted and resealed, which I shouldn't say resealed, it was never sealed originally. So, and it should have been. So DPW is making sure that the lobby is taken care of, so this won't be an annual event. This is one of those things, once it gets sealed, it won't take...
Do it once.
Yes, let's just do it and make it right. But we will be closing down the gymnasium, and the gymnasium will be having the floor resurfaced with an upgraded surface, so it will last longer as well.
Great.
And it'll be more resistant to dirt and things coming in, so we'll be able to keep it cleaner. The walking track, this is the first time, that will look brand new when we get done. They're going to be...
I love that.
They're going to be shampooing that carpet. They brought in an industrial machine to do that, and they'll be painting all the walls, cleaning all the walls, cleaning everything. So that'll look brand new, the walking track. The game room, we're doing the whole thing.
The whole thing.
The game room actually will be getting, the rug in some areas is actually worn out, so that will be getting replaced in the areas that need to be replaced. So that will look brand new again. And we, the Caroline Fund, Caroline Fry's Fund actually bought new ping pong tables, redid the pool tables. We have some new equipment that's coming in and will be set back up. So that will look like it got a completely new facelift as well. Then you go down the hall, they'll be sealing the floor, resealing the floor. That has been done in the past, but they'll be redoing it again so that it's all nice and clean. They'll be painting anywhere that needs to be painted in the entire facility. Yeah, that's a lot of work, including all the door frames, which you don't think, there's a lot of little things that are going to be done. Then you come to our Shepley room, they'll be removing, anybody that's been in there knows that we have these big plates that we thought we'd have more people coming in to use for computer lab, and it's not being used for that, has not for the last 9 years, so they're removing those because they're more of a tripping hazard than they are anything else. So those will be coming out so that it makes it a better surface for people to use. The offices will be running as usual. The only thing is you'll need an appointment to get in because the doors will be locked. So if you just call, we'll still be open in that people can call and we'll come out and get you to bring you in.
Okay.
You know, we'll tell you what door to go to and we'll meet you to bring you in if you have something that you desperately need. Then you go downstairs. You think we're all done upstairs, but we go downstairs and Kennedy Rink, they're actually going to melt down. This will be the first time we've melted down the Kennedy Rink because that is made with a sand surface, which is different from the Butler rink. But during that time, to shut it down, they're going to shut down the compressors and work on the compressors and get those up and running, and do some maintenance on them. So Butler can't be open because it'll be too soft to use. But the other rink will be melting completely down, sand surface, redoing pipes. That will probably take about 3 weeks. So that won't take the 2 weeks that were closed. That'll probably take 3, maybe even 4. We're leaving that open. But as soon as we can, after the first 2 weeks, Butler will be reopened.
Okay.
So we'll be open on the 13th. We'll reopen for Butler.
Those hockey moms are actually thanking you right now.
Yeah. Fortunately, this is a good time to do it because
It
really very few people using
Right.
the building. But we were concerned about beach stickers,
Yeah.
or AKA the parking permit.
Permit.
So we will have our staff on, and our volunteers are waiting, can't wait to get back to work. And they'll be there on the 7th. So May 7th, the front lobby will be able to be reopened. Again, the gym, the walking track, the, what is it called? Shepley room, game room will still all be shut down. So
It's great. It's, vacation was this week, so,
it's been a
you
fun
had
week.
Tons of kids there, lots of activities. Your after-school program's been moved, so you're all set there.
Right. Yeah.
Excellent.
So the after school. So anybody out there that kids are in that program will be just staying at the Barnstable Intermediate School. We also have our rec programs there at the same time, all our after school programs, but we'll be working around them. So it's actually most of our programs are outside this time of year, so it doesn't really interfere, and we can put them in the gym and the cafeteria. So the school's happy to have us there, and keeping the kids busy.
Well, thanks a lot. Good luck with these upgrades. I know everybody that we've talked to at Barnstable Rec's really excited about them, saying, it's all going to be done in one shot.
Yes.
So we won't have to have these staggered closings and, different parts of the building closed. So good luck with it.
I think it's the 19th, May 19th. We're going to have a free public skate and reopen the building. We'll have tours so that if anybody wants to see what work's gotten done, they can come on down, go free public skating, and just celebrate the fact that our building is, it's almost 10 years old. It's 9 years come this September, and so we're planning a big party for next year. But
Excellent.
yeah, we'll be in great shape.
All right. Thanks, Patty.
Thank you.
Looking for a more sustainable lifestyle and a way to celebrate Earth Day every day? Too much shade in your yard for a flower garden or a vegetable garden? The town of Barnstable Community Garden might just have a plot for you. Channel 18 spent a morning out at Long Pond Conservation Area in Marston's Mills to learn more about our community garden from volunteer Donna Lawson. I'm Paula Hersey for Channel 18, and we're out here at the Barnstable Community Garden. With me is Donna Lawson. You are a gardener extraordinaire, as well as sort of the manager here of the community garden. Tell us a little bit about how you got started here at the Barnstable Community Garden.
I've been gardening here for about 20 years. When they needed someone to manage the garden, I told Conservation that I would be willing to do it. We have a committee of five gardeners, and we manage this space. We have 70 plots and a wildflower garden. We start May 1st, and our season runs from May 1st to October 1st, and it's just a beautiful place to be.
It really is, even though springs just hasn't quite sprung as much as we want it to right now. You say May 1st through October 1st. That's because that's when the water's turned on, right?
Correct.
So why do people participate in a community garden?
Well, probably because they don't have enough space at home.
Okay.
Too much shade, which that's what I had too much shade, and they would contact me.
Okay, so once they get an application, they
Yep.
send it in, they're approved for one of those plots, and you have obviously folks that come back year after year.
Absolutely.
How does someone actually get started? You know, it looks like a lot of work to till the land and that kind of stuff. Is there services provided that might help them?
Yes. We do till, if gardeners want their plot tilled, we will till it. And their fee covers tilling and water.
Okay.
Everything else is up to you.
Okay.
Gardening is hard work.
It is.
Sometimes people don't realize they get started and, you know, they get discouraged. You need to keep, you need to manage weeds out here. It's difficult, but you need to stay on top of them.
Right. So we talk about community, right? There's a lot of things that happen here at the community garden. You partner with the Marston's Mills Library and bring story time out here. I thought that's
We
a
do.
wonderful thing.
We do.
Tell us a little bit about what's happening this year.
Marston's Mills Public Library is going to have a plot this year. They're going to grow pumpkins and sunflower seeds, and then the children will come out and harvest their pumpkins in the fall. We do a couple of story hours at in the field down at the end of the garden. The children sit on quilts, and we bring a rocking chair or a chair for the reader, and we have snacks, and then we do a scavenger hunt, and it's really been a lot of fun. Kids thoroughly enjoy it. Parents enjoy the fact that their child is outside. It's been really fun to do that.
So you as a child, I bet, I know I as a child, gardening was something that I did with my dad, or you do with your mom.
true.
So when you expose a child to gardening at an early age, what do you get as an adult?
Well, it's so rewarding. I started with my father, and I have a 4-year-old granddaughter now who has been gardening out here with me since she was able to walk. She knows all about butterflies and where they come from and pollen, and it's just fun. She comes out here with other children, and there's a gardener coming this year with 2 small children. So it's just a good learning experience, hopefully something they'll fall back on later in life.
Give us an indication of what type of gardeners are out here. You mentioned that there's a wildflower field, but we've noticed a lot of different plots have their own personality.
We all do. Some have raised beds.
Okay.
Everybody's different, and it's how you gardened. It's just different. We have some that mound their soil, which is similar to a raised bed without putting in a structure. And then in my plot, we just, we've amended our soil, and we don't put any structures around it. We just garden in that plot.
And what types of things are actually grown? What's the strangest thing that you've seen in the community garden?
Cotton.
Cotton?
We grew cotton in a children's garden out here. It was fun to watch.
Oh my
I
goodness.
know.
That's really neat.
It was.
Lots of vegetables?
Oh yes, yes. Vegetables, flowers. It's beautiful out here. The end of July, the beginning of August. It's just a great setting, no matter when you're out here. I was out here in February for the weekend, and it was gorgeous, just beautiful.
So we have seen some things winter over in some folks'
Yes.
plots. Tell us a little bit about the
Garlic.
winter over garlic.
Yes, we a number of our gardeners plant garlic mid-October, and you can see it growing now. And they'll harvest it probably June or July, early, or maybe a little before that. And it's great.
Excellent. What makes you come back every day?
The setting.
The setting. It is beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is. Just listen. You can hear the birds. I'm watching them. Yeah, it's a beautiful. I live right here. I live close. So for me to come out here, I can walk here. So
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thanks, Donna,
You're
for
welcome.
letting us know. I mean, this is such a beautiful spot, and everything is gonna burst into spring on May 1st, right? The
Let's
water
hope
gets
so.
turned on, the soil's gonna get tilled, and gardening we go.
Let's hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now here's a look at our community calendar for Earth Day weekend. On Sunday, April 22nd, come on down to Hyannis Street to dance, play, socialize, or ride your bike on the main street of Hyannis. From noon to 5 p.m., Hyannis Open Streets will close the main street from Ocean Street to C Street to automobile traffic so residents and visitors of all ages and backgrounds can experience Main Street Hyannis in a new way as a shared, safe, social, and active space for the people in our community. Events scheduled include live music from Funktopus and the Gravelados, an all-day dance zone with JT, free kids activities and inflatables on the Village Green, meet the Hyannis firefighters and their trucks, and pick up a free children's book in front of the Hyannis Library, and so much more. See the full schedule at www.hyannisopenstreets.com. Come dance and play in the streets of Hyannis this Sunday. Whales are some of the Earth's most mysterious animals. Did you know the blue whale is not only the largest animal on Earth, but it's also the largest animal to have ever existed on Earth at any point? Come learn more about whales at the Hyannis Library on Saturday, April 21st from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Children's ages 3 and up can come learn about these amazing creatures of the sea. This is a family fun event with hands-on activities with Miss Lynn of Elements, etc. Presented by Barnstable Coordinated Family Community Engagement Fund Program of Cape Cod Child Development. Please register by calling 508-775-6240 extension 512 or online at cccdp.org. We hope you'll join us again Monday to learn more about a tri-level nursing program at Cape Cod Community College, an arts festival produced by the Sturgis Charter School students and faculty, and more. We leave you with a quote from Henry David Thoreau. This world is but a canvas to our imagination. Happy Earth Day. I'm Paula Hersey, and thank you for watching Barnstable Today.